welcome to the 9 Mile Swamp. I'm Kurt, this is Cheryl. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. So we've got a couple little Christmassy things for you that we're going to do, I guess, our own sort of way, and a couple of originals for you too. So it's going to be an interesting night, and we have a beautiful poem by William Morris tonight too. So our opening song is, well, it is Christmas Eve, and
Yes.
we didn't get any snow today, but we did get some rain, dear.
Ha 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 ha. Where's the drummer when you need him? You know, Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, on Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, "Off with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?" Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, "Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history." Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, "Off with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?" Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, "Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history."
Rudolph.
Had to do it.
So so we're gonna move now to a Richard Thompson song, and Richard Thompson is one of the world's most interesting guitar players. He's one guitar player that you will always identify him once you know him. He's the most distinctive guitarist in folk rock pop, British Americana, and that sort of thing. This is a song that I think is a song of the season for this season at this particular time. This is called "The Sun Never Shines on the Poor." The urchins are writhing around in the mud like eels playing tag in a barrel. The old Sally Army sounds mournful and sweet as they play an old Christmassy carol. The world is as black as a black night in hell. What kind of a place can this be? Old people like hermit crabs duck into doorways, fearing to say, "Do you feel as downtrodden as me?" Ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling, the devil he leans on your bell. The future is black as before, and the sun never shines. The sun never shines on the poor. Now the rich man, he dreams of his gold and his plate, and his house and his car and his women. And the poor man, he dreams of his one-room estate, and his wage packet short by 1 shilling. Your last penny falls through a hole in your jeans. Now ain't that the way when you're down? Just walking in circles for the rest of your life, feeling so low that your chin scrapes along on the ground. on your bell. The future looks black as before, and the sun never shines. The sun never shines on the poor. Now some of the people, they're poor in the purse. They don't have the cash at their ready. Some of the people, they're crippled and lame. They can never stand up true and steady. Now some of the people, they're poor in the head, like the simple tin fools that you see. But most of the people, they're poor in the heart. It's the worst kind of poor. It's the worst kind of poor you can be. Ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling, the devil, he leans on your bell. The future looks black as before, and the sun never shines. The sun never shines on the poor. Sun Never Shines on the Poor. That is a Richard Thompson song. And what I'd like to do for you now is
wherever you put it.
Wherever I put the book. Oh no.
All right, let me go find it.
Okay.
You talk. I'll go.
I'll talk. All right. So I'll tell you a little bit about this. This is a poem by William Morris, and it comes from a book called The Earthly Paradise, which is probably the greatest collection of mythology in the 19th century. And but in these monthly poems, this is called December. In these monthly poems, William Morris really lets his heart out here, and it seems to completely split off from the mythology and the rest of the book. And this was the absolute lowest point of his life. He had gone to Iceland to go exploring, knowing full well that while he was exploring in Iceland, Dante Gabriel Rossetti was exploring his wife Jane at his house, and he was in terrible pain over this. But he so loved Jane as he so loved everybody else in his life, and Rossetti so loved them that he managed to forgive them somehow. And even in the bottom of his, after he reached his deepest sense of hate, he realized that at the end of all things, it's really a bad idea to throw away things that you once loved or people that you once loved away, because it may change again. So in the beginning of this poem, he describes that there's been a storm, and the storm has brought snow, and after the snow stopped, it brought up huge clouds, and the huge clouds made things on Earth seem shrunken, presumably his problems as well. And then he hears, since it's New Year's Eve, the end of the year, it's a new year starting, he hears the bells ring out, and in the bells he hears hope and relief and everything. And then he sits back and he thinks to himself that even though he can't find anything nice to say or anything really nice to say at the moment, yet still he will not cast something once loved away, knowing that might return. And I chose this poem for a reason, because I'm going to follow it up with a song called Starshine, which is about the darkest period of my life, but a period when I found a lot of hope as well. So, and I know we're living in a period like that now, but the light is at the end of the tunnel, and we're halfway there, and maybe that's the significance of this solstice, December. Dead, lonely night, and all streets quiet now. Thin o'er the moon, the hindmost cloud swims past of that great rack that brought us up the snow. On earth, strange shadows over the snow are cast, pale stars, bright moon,
Swift cloud makes heaven so vast that earth left silent by the wind of night seems shrunken neath the gray unmeasured height. Through the hush the looked-for midnight clangs, and then, even while its last stroke's solemn drone in the cold air by unlit windows hangs, out break the bells above the year fordone. Change, kindness lost, love left unloved alone, till their despairing sweetness makes thee deem that once thou wert loved, if but amidst a dream. O thou, who clingest still to life and love, though naught of good, no God thou mayest discern, though naught that is thine utmost woe can move, though no soul knows wherewith thine heart doth yearn, yet, since thy weary lips no curse can learn, cast no least thing thou lovedst once away, since yet perchance thine eyes shall see the day. And this is a world premiere. You ready there?
I think so.
1, 2, 3, 2, 2. Starshine bright, the hope of my night, crystalline true, guardian of light, till the dawn I keep you inside, sail upon the heavenly height. All of my life I've dreamed of the night. Hope gives wings to bodies of light. Can you feel my song beating so bright as I sing the heavenly flight? I believe you shine just for me, floating on the heavenly sea. Someday soon, together we'll be sailing through all eternity, drifting in dream. I'm sailing in song, legends of love on journeys so long. I am longing to be adventuring on past the edge of wakening dawn. Stars shine bright, the hope of my night, crystalline true, guardian of light, till the dawn I keep you inside, sail upon the heavenly height, sail upon the heavenly height. Starshine.
Yeah, first time for that one.
Okay. This next song is a song you might have heard us play before. It's about a fictional character named William, who I cobbled together from several people. So William, who built this guitar that I'll be singing about, which is also fictitious, is sort of a combination of William Morris, who wrote the poem we were talking about, Pete Seeger, John Burroughs, my old friend John Harold, and maybe just a whole lot of folk singers and people that I know and people who are into the folk arts. This is called Williams Guitar. This guitar belonged to my friend William. This guitar, it no longer sounds so good, and when I hold it, there are times when I can see him. The frets are worn, there's no finish on the wood. His hands were stained from the indigo and madder, roots and walnuts, weld yellow, shell and cochineal. Never cold dark, never analyzed for color. His tapestries showed free men in their fields. He made his cabin about a mile from the highway. He wove hangings, he made birds from wood, clay and stone. He built this guitar, then he took it down that highway. He sang of love, though he mostly sang alone. He toured the towns with their rivers fouled by factories. He sang out loud to the women who labored in the mills. He sang about the dead men and their coal mines. His voice rang clear through the hollers and the hills. This guitar belonged to my friend William. This guitar, it no longer sounds so good, and when I hold it, there are times when I can see him. The frets were worn, there's no finish on the wood. He sang us songs about the bitter fruit of violence. He sang us songs about his love that never died. We heard him. I think we were the truly privileged. We heard his message. Working people, we will rise. I'm gonna save it. Gonna save it for the future. I'm gonna put it in the hands of Eddie Deer. He'll fill the cracks, change the frets and fix the action. We'll bring it back to the forests and the fields. This guitar belonged to my friend William. This guitar, it no longer sounds so good, and when I hold it, there are times when I can see him. The frets are worn, there's no finish on the wood. Williams Guitar.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We have a lot of our favorite people on here.
Oh yeah?
Craig Ellis joined us.
Hey,
He
Craig.
made it on, so that's good.
Nice to see you, Craig. Here
Hi,
you are,
Mom.
right in the
Hi,
middle of the
Kate.
swamp.
Of course, there's Michael and John.
Hi, Michael.
Janice Amorosi was watching.
Uh-huh.
And Judith.
We are, by the way, since Michael being here reminds me that this year we are celebrating our 40th anniversary of Save the Mountain, which was an album that we made to raise money and generate publicity around what was happening in the Hudson Valley in around 1981, 1980, which was that Minnewaska was about to become part of Marriott. And the reason why we're celebrating this album release is because A, the music is great, and B, also because it's important that people know that we had an environmental struggle right here in the Hudson Valley, and a group of people, citizens, not the county legislature, not the politicians, but citizens saved Minnewaska for the people of the Hudson Valley. It was a great victory, the kind of thing that Ralph Nader talks about, and we want people to know about that. So if you're on Facebook and you want to go to, Save the Mountain, Minnewaska, you can go there. You can download Save the Mountain for free. It's our gift at this. We're not raising any money. The mountain is saved. Everything is good. But we want people to hear that because it's a voice of optimism. In a time like today, it's nice to know that a handful of citizens can win. And hey, that's going to be happening again soon, we hope.
And we're going to play.
We do have a song.
Yeah. I like the light, but I want to just say, Paul Tully, thank you for joining us, and thank you so much for the surprise this afternoon. It was very nice.
So this is a complicated world of computers and GPSs and things for me, so, but you still have to write love songs in an age of technical complexity. Whenever I am drifting out to sea, you got a heartline holding me. And when I'm sinking in mist company, you hold my head up and I breathe. I like the light that breaks the cloudy day. When we're together, it's okay. And when my heart is beating SOS, you are my compass, you're my GPS. When I am lost and lonely on the street and find no friendly face to greet, that's when I miss you and I'm incomplete. I think about you and I breathe. I like the light that breaks a cloudy day. When we're together, it's okay. And when my heart is beating SOS, you are my compass, you're my GPS. And if the day comes you are far away, we'll be together and okay. I bet my dollar on a sunny day compass. You are my compass. You're my GPS.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my. I think Brynhild needs to go out. But
Okay.
She's going to have to wait a minute.
Alrighty. You can watch this let her do.
Let her out?
Yeah.
It's raining. She's getting all wet, dear. It's raining, dear.
It's raining, dear. Okay, let's let her out. We'll let her back in one song.
Okay. Be right back.
We have to let Brynhild out. So while we're letting Brynhild out, she was so attentively listening to such a good girl.
Hurry up.
While we're letting Brynhild out, we're going to do a song called "So We Sing," which is a song I guess I'm really happy I wrote this song because it seems, and I hope that doesn't sound vain, but it seems really perfect for the propaganda laden world that we're living in. And I want you to think about. I want the world to think about this. I guess I want the world to think about propaganda. We have to find out what's true. We have to make our language mean something again. We have to make oaths mean something and promises to mean something again. Quick story. In the 900s in Iceland, when Iceland was first settled, there were two friends, a man named Nal and a man named Gunnar. And Nal was a man of law. He was what was called a law priest, and Iceland was ruled by the law priests. It was kind of a democracy. And Gunnar was a man of war. He was a raider, a Viking, Iceland, 10th century. And they made a promise to each other. They took an oath, and the oath was no matter what anybody said about them, said to one about the other, they would go back and discuss it and work it out, so that nobody could make vile rumors that could tear apart their friendship, and they were true to it, and that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. People believed in oaths in the Middle Ages because by and large most people didn't write. Although the people who settled Iceland, the outlaw worst of the Vikings, it was amazing how many of them could write. So anyhow. Propaganda, it's just destroying our whole way of communicating. And if we believe in each other, we'll learn to believe in language again. Turn off our TVs, maybe. Hey, so we sing. I hear some guy yell from a wall box, a mechanical snarl in my face. I just can't imagine how he could imagine he's caught in the Lord's sweet embrace. I think I'm inspired when I'm only just drunk on some notion I found. A jam session here and what's left of my brain cells, a melodious echo of sound. So we sing. So we sing. The misogynist shouting for power believes that his blather is sublime, but his words spurting out from electrical towers is losing its war against time. The voice of the new mammon Moses, the vibration of power and greed. I bow down to turn my guitar amp up louder just to find the release that I need. So we sing. The pieces of music from over the years are the voices of people that ring in our ears. They roll all around us and into our songs. We borrow the beats and we pass them along. They show up in what's right, they show up in what's wrong. The rhythm and melody all work together in a pattern that makes it seem true. But we're not bound to notes that are scripted. No authorities tugging a chain. When sound is the message and nothing's encrypted, then we'll all join to sing the refrain. So we sing, so we sing. There are times when we struggle to play it, when mythology stands in the way. But it's there in the wood of the pipe and the timbrel. We're together whenever we play. It's the thing that we share without thinking, a possession that no one can own. You can say it's just music, maybe just rhythm, but it's something that's never alone. So we sing. From over the years are the voices of people that ring in our ears. They roll all around us and into our songs. We borrow the bits and we pass them along. They show up in what's right, they show up in what's wrong. Well, there's so much to believe in, and there's one thing you should know, that we're one foot over the starting line, the other set to go. Some folks have a lot to give, some a lot to take. Myself, I know all I could, picking up on my mistakes. Well, there's so much to believe in, and there's one thing you should know, that we're one foot over the starting line, the other set to go. Sometimes too much better to let the younger dreams all die. But there's so many places to go, and we're just one foot over the starting line. Sometimes it seems I remember how relieved I was when you picked up on my call. Well, there's so much to believe in, and there's one thing you should know, that we're 1 foot over the starting line, the other set to go. Yes, we're just 1 foot over the starting line, the other set to go.
That was a different last verse.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah. That's okay, it worked.
Well, it's been a pleasure playing for you tonight. We'll be back again next week. We hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. I hope you had a wonderful Hanukkah. I just found out there is no solstice celebration in Turkey, in the Muslim world, and so we'll look forward to its holidays later in the year, and we'll celebrate those as well. So thank you so much, everybody. Cheryl, you want to tell them about our CD?
Sure. Thanks for tuning in. And Lauren, I didn't mean to leave you out when I said thank you to Paul. Thank you, Paul and Lauren. And hi, Marjorie and Kate. Did I say hello to you? I can't even remember. But thank you for watching and everybody else who's joined us. We have our CD, Dog Nose, and all of our other CDs for sale on our website, and we are matching the price. If you'd like to purchase one or more than one, we will match that price and donate all of that money to a local food pantry. Or we'd love it if you would donate to a food pantry yourselves if you're not inclined to purchase a CD. But thank you, enjoy your holidays, and we'll see you New Year's Eve, I guess. It's the next Thursday.
We get all the holidays.
Yeah, we get them all. So thank you so much for joining us. Oops. There we go. It's the first time I did that. Oh, and Karen Dalton too. Hi, Karen.